Rolling. Here we go. Ready for first video of the season. All right, so state of the season. This video is just a little bit of a recap of how 2021 ended, what 2022 is held in store for me already, and what my schedule is looking like, what the plans are. So probably not going to be a super long video, but I'm way overdue for any sort of YouTube and just letting you guys know what's going on. I think that 2021 ended on both a good note and a bad note in that I won the 70.3 Oceanside and had really good fitness pretty much from the Collins Cup all the way through then. But then kind of like 2021 overall, had some highs, had some lows as well. And Daytona, we just took a lot of rest kind of going into that one. There's a race recap on that if you want to hear more details, but overall just was right at the edge and trying to hold on to fitness for a long time. And after that race, I needed a break. All of 2020, 2021, pretty much my entire career has been straddling everything from super sprint up to 70.3. And in trying to qualify for the 2020 Olympics and having that stretch out and basically trying to, keep holding and growing fitness throughout a year and a half or so over multiple distances, which I feel like we did pretty successfully. It just had grown, it just worn on me, essentially. I needed kind of a long break, probably mostly mentally, but also physically a little bit to just recharge. And so got to come home, enjoy the holidays. We did some minimal traveling and just kind of got to relax a little bit and take a step back from triathlon. Still stayed pretty active a little bit, just doing different things, but I just like to, switch it up in the off season and do some stuff that I don't usually get to do. And coming into January, the first of the year, we were just getting back from kind of an extended trip in Colorado. Was pretty, excited for the season. I brought my gravel bike out to Colorado, got a little bit of snow, got my snow fix for the year. But pretty much when we came home, not too long after, just like pretty much everybody else I've been talking to, we got caught by Omicron. We've been so careful for so long, but with a disease like this, it just kind of caught us off guard a little bit, even though we still felt like we were being super careful. But honestly, it just extended my break a little bit longer. And Courtney and Briella had it, and eventually I came down with a little bit of it too. And we just played it ultra conservatively at the beginning of the year. So January was a little bit of limbo. I had some good workouts, especially kind of right before all of that happened. I posted about a swim that I had that surprised me a little bit, where I do my 100-500 test. And I went 53 seconds from a push in my 100 and about a 5:02 with just a minute rest after that for a 500-yard freestyle. So that's, not quite race shape, but that's a lot closer than I thought I'd be for doing very minimal swimming, like honestly, just a couple weeks. So that was a good indication of where my fitness was, but we just had these weird little breaks. So January just kind of felt like everything was on hold. I wasn't quite not fit. I wasn't, getting race ready. And just to kind of circle back to the whole, that's okay for this season. I've got my focus, which is the PTO races in July, August, and September, being there's the 2 tour races in Edmonton and Dallas, and there's the Collins Cup that I want to qualify for as well. And I just have to race consistently, and I just have to be, at a good level overall to qualify for those to be in the top 40. I don't have to be world championship fit in the first half of the year, which a lot of people do this year with the world championships for Ironman being in St. George in May. I know that in my first few races, there's going to be guys firing on all cylinders, but I have 4 or so months of races coming up at the end of the year, but from basically July all the way through October, and that whole section of the calendar is just circled. And I'll go through my race schedule on here too, so that everybody can kind of know what the official tentative schedule is that we're planning on, barring any cancellations or injuries or anything like that. So to start off the year, we've got Clash Miami and then straight into Oceanside, which are two races that I'm pretty pumped about because I get to go back. It'll be my trying to three-peat at Oceanside this year. And from what I hear from Miami and Oceanside, it's going to be good start lists. So I'm excited to just test my fitness. For the past few weeks, I've actually felt super strong. And I've kind of attribute that to the strength that I've been doing because we've hit it hard in the off season. And Matt Pendola with Bobby McGee kind of on the outside helping with the run, but Matt Pendola has really been helping with the strength. You can see on my Instagram some movements that I've been doing, and it just has made me feel really resilient overall, despite being fatigued. And I just did one of my biggest weeks of the year so far, and I'm able to back up workouts back to back, hit power on the bike that I would say is pretty solid for right now. I'm not going to say that I'm anywhere close to world championship level fitness, but if I had to race next weekend, I would at least feel pretty confident that I could hang with the rest of the field and put up a good race. And that's with, we're only a couple weeks or so into February. So that's pretty solid. And I'm excited to kind of finish off this block of strength and start into more of a race tuning block with that. So I'm going to have another video, I think, coming up soon that's going to involve Matt and Bobby and the process that we go through in evaluating just overall what my strengths and weaknesses are, what sort of imbalances there might be, and how that can help me in my swim, bike, and run when we work on these certain strength things. And Bobby will look specifically at my shoes and my run form, whereas Matt's going to kind of look at the overall picture and try and apply stuff to the run. But really, it's been helping a ton with the bike too. And I just feel super strong with a lot of like the squatting and stuff that I've been doing. And it's not even heavy lifting. It's just really efficient, which is what I'm all about when it comes to strength. So after you have Oceanside, I'm targeting St. Anthony's. And then the next big one after that will be the North American Champs in Chattanooga for 70.3. And I'm going to go for my 5th win in Alcatraz. And that's when kind of the meat of the season kind of starts up, because we got Clash Watkins Glen straight into the PTO Edmonton, Collins Cup, PTO Dallas, then 70.3 Worlds. And then if Clash Daytona is on the same day, we'll end the season with that. So overall, I think there's about 12 races, and all of them are pretty big overall. So we're looking at building throughout the entire year. And frankly, I just want to win big races. The PTO is going to be high stakes with a lot of money on the line, and it's going to draw in some of the best in the world at those distances. And you got a world championship that's happening practically around the corner again from my house here in Phoenix. And those are the races that I've really focused in on and that I want to win. And this year it has a much bigger focus, as you can see from my schedule, on a certain middle distance type of racing. And I think that over the past few years, splitting the distances has really helped me develop as an athlete and have some really good tools for winning both types of races. But being able to fully kind of focus in on one series, I think is going to take me to the next level. And I don't just want to be competitive at these races. I want to be pushing the boundaries, and I want to be pushing the pace like I always do. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we're off to a great start. We got some exciting things coming. Like I said, the video about strength. And then I'm looking at going into the wind tunnel this year. It's something that's been a long time coming. I'm only going to slightly touch on that right now, because when we do go, I'll be able to give you all of the nitty gritty numbers, the whole process we've been through with bike fitting and all of that. And you'll be able to ask questions of my bike fitter, and it'd be a really awesome video. And then, yeah, we got a lot of good racing coming up. So this maybe ended up being a little bit more long-winded than I originally planned, but basically everything is going pretty smoothly, almost like no news is good news. And we're just building in and putting in the work so that we can race fast this year. So there it is, and we'll see you guys in the next one.